Amarachi is a 17-year-old beautiful girl from Iziagwe Kingdom, in the southeastern part of Nigeria. She lives with her grandparents Mr. Uche and Mrs. Ebra Alankwa, who raised her. Amarachi never knew her biological father and mother, because they died with her brother Emeka in a ghastly accident that only she survived when she was just a baby. Her classmates and her peer groups make fun of her and making up jokes with her name both inside and outside the school. Amarachi lives a life of isolation from everyone else, keeping herself occupied with domestic works. She did a lot of weaving of clothes, because her grandmother is a tailor. At times Amarachi will draw and paint strange objects, which would scare the other students, including her classmates, from her desk. At home after school, Amarachi would still keep herself busy with chores within the house, and away from everything and everyone outside her home. This character made her distinguished. Many parents admire her, wishing Amarachi was their daughter. Amarachi always comes first in examinations and is always top of her class. Most of her mates speak evil about her name. Amara is always the topic of discussion for her classmates, while some who sees good about her will still buy gifts for her, so they can get her attention outside the school. Obinna, who just graduated from the university, has picked interest in Amara, studying her life for a while. Coming closer to Amarachi by sending her expensive gifts so as to attract her attention. One evening while Amara was returning from the market and met Obinna on the way, they exchanged greetings. Then Obinna brought some money from his pocket and gave to Amara. Amara rejected the money. "I really appreciate all the gifts you have given me, please stop bringing more," says Amara. "My grandparents are on my neck, so I don't want them to speak fire again for this, I beg of you please," says Amara. Amara hurries away, and Obinna stands still until Amara diverted into a corner. Obinna, whose father is a noble man, a member of the royal council of Iziagwe Kingdom, from highly respected family. Obinna looks at himself and said, "This lady Amarachi is a special person and will make a good wife one day, the only lady I have seen and loved, and I believe I'll get the love back from her, but look at what she is saying to my face. I'm not the only one who has seen her beauty, others will be inspired too." One day, a group of her age mates were gathering under a cherry tree searching for fallen off cherry. "This Amara you always begged to come and be with you is nothing but an evil child," Ojeki said. "That's why she always distanced herself from us, even in the school." "How did you know the history of Amarachi and the evil behind it, Ojeki?" asks Nene. "Amarachi's mom was my mom's course mate in the university, and Amarachi's father was the HOD then," says Ojeki. "After their wedding, they gave birth to twins. A boy and a girl. The girl today is Amarachi and the boy is dead. Died with Amarachi's father and mother the same day they're going to church to celebrate their one-year marriage anniversary. Amarachi is the only survivor of that accident. So her grandmother and grandfather took up training her taildate. So the way all of them died to save only Amarachi, is it not an evil omen?" "Stop saying that," Nen jumps in. "She is not responsible for their deaths. Everyone has a destiny, they have chosen their own." Oge and her friends have become too envious of how Obinna constantly and persistently hunts after Amarachi no matter how much she blows him off and avoids him. They're also jealous of how she manages to maintain her life of isolation and solitude without a care in the world. Oge decides she must do something to destroy Amarachi's way of life and make everyone else see that Amarachi is no different from the rest of them. Oge arranges with her friends Chioma and Akamaka to set Amarachi up and tarnish her image. The next day, Oge, Chioma, and Akamaka track down a village drunk named Akiti and promise to pay him enough money to buy all the alcohol he can drink for the next 1 month, if he would agree to spread the rumor that he has been having a secret affair with Amarachi, and that Amarachi once got pregnant for him and secretly aborted the pregnancy before breaking up with him. "Is that all?" asks Akiti. "Consider it done. I will even tell everybody that she used to come to my house every night and we would have fun till the next morning. I can finish the story and make sure she is publicly disgraced forever and ever, amen. Just as long as you stick to our agreement and give me the money you said will be enough to enjoy my palm wine for the next 1 month, demands Akiti. "That is not a problem, Akiti," says Oge. "As a matter of fact, here's some money." Oge gives Akiti some money, and Akiti lights up ecstatically. "Hey, my guardian angel," Akiti hails Oge. "Your wish is my command, consider it done." As a matter of fact, I'm going straight to Nwani Abakaliki, the palm wine seller, for some palm wine. I will start spreading the rumor from there, and head for the market square, so that by this time tomorrow, the news would have spread all over the entire kingdom, says Akiti. That's a good idea, agrees Oge. Go immediately and start talking, I'll pay you the money, as soon as the rumor has circulated round the entire village. Akiti hurries off immediately, singing and dancing. The girls watch Akiti as he dances away. Are you sure this is going to work? Asks Chioma. Yes, it will work, assures Oge. Remember that as Akiti has a reputation for calling a spade and saying things exactly as they are, and nobody in this kingdom will doubt Akiti's words. Amarachi won't be able to recover from this kind of humiliation. By this time tomorrow, her name would have mixed up with the mud, she will be forced to leave this kingdom and never show her face here ever again, says Oge. If you say so, says Chioma. So the girls start heading back home, satisfied with their plan. On their way home, they see Akiti some distance away, standing with a well-dressed beautiful lady wearing a beautiful purple gown and jewelries. Who is that woman Akiti is talking to? Asks Akamaka. I don't know, answers Oge. I've never seen her in this kingdom before, she must be from a neighboring kingdom, says Oge. What do you think they're talking about? Asks Chioma. He's probably telling her about his lover Amarachi, and how she broke his heart, says Oge hopefully. Suddenly Akiti walks away from the lady, who turns and heads up in the opposite direction. It looks like your plan is working accordingly, says Akamaka. I think so, says Oge. But we'll know for sure by this time tomorrow. The girls continue with their walk home. The next day, Amarachi is busy with her morning chores of sweeping their compound. Her grandmother comes out of the house and hands Amaraki a small sheet of paper. Amarachi, please hurry to the market and get me these soup ingredients, so I can start preparing breakfast, says her grandmother. Amarachi takes the paper from her and heads out for the market. On her way to the market, Amarachi comes up behind Ngozi and Chidima, gossiping as they walk along the road right in front of her, and couldn't help overhearing what they were saying. I can't believe this, says Ngozi. She's always acting as if she's better than everyone else in this kingdom. Exactly, answered Chidima. Who could have imagined she would stoop so low to be having an affair with Akiti the village drunk? Amarachi is curious as to who the girls are talking about, but listens silently. What a shameful thing, says Ngozi. To think she was actually sleeping with Akiti the dirty drunk. After blowing off all the good-looking, eligible men in this village, says Ngozi. And actually got pregnant for him in the process, added Chidima. Then tried to keep it a secret by aborting the pregnancy and ending the life of a poor innocent child. At this point, Amarachi is almost dead with curiosity and thinks about asking the girls who they were talking about. But just then, she hears a voice singing and lamenting from a small distance ahead. It sounded like Akiti the village drunk. So Amarachi decides not to ask the girls anything, but rather go and find out who Akiti was singing about.